Welcome again. So the footage you're about to see is part two of the continuation of the last vlog from Southampton, where we were down £600. We've done three £200 bullets basically. We've bought back in for another 200, win a couple of pots, so we're up to about just over £300, I think, at the start of this vlog. So we're up a little bit, and we're going to see if we can get ourselves out of the hole. I hope you enjoy the footage and the hand histories. They're not always perfect, but I try my best to remember them and write them down and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Apologies, it's been a while since the last vlog, but I've been very, very busy. Do have more footage in the pipeline, so in the next couple of weeks I'll hopefully have another vlog. And then there'll be probably no more vlogs from Grosvenor Casino because they put a ban on vlogging. So fear not, I will still be vlogging at other games, private games, home games, etc, etc. in the meantime. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, guys. I'm in a hole. What do you need to dig a hole? That's right, spades. So I call a raise. I call a £7 raise with Queen 2 of spades. New player to the table. He makes it £27. Folds round to me. I decide to call because I'm in the hole and I want to get out of the hole, and you never know, we might just flop lucky. We don't. It's a 10-7-7 rainbow flop. It goes check, check. The turn's a 9. I check. Our opponent bets £25. Sure, we could fold. Calling's never an option. I decide to raise. I smell weakness. I raise to £65 because I hear a rumour in this casino that the dealer will spin his cards if the opponent's bluffing. Unfortunately, he carries on spinning the cards, which isn't good because now our opponent might know that we're bluffing. Yeah, stop spinning the cards, dealer. He's going to cotton on. Fortunately, I don't think he gets the memo and he manages to find the fold. So we're going to pick this vlog up with a winning pot early doors.
Get the fuck out of my town!
So this hand is 1 of 3 against a professional footballer who I like to call Ronald Weasley. I open to £7, he makes it £20. We put in the call, heads up to a flop of Queen 10-4. So we flop open-ended. I check. Our opponent bets £15. I make the call with a gut shot. You never know. The turn, however, is a 9. So we don't make it straight. We do hit a pair and we pick up some equity. So it goes check, check. And when the river comes a king, I do consider betting with 2 pair, but I decide to check it to him and hope that he bluffs. He doesn't, he checks back and he shows 4 deuce. So he was actually ahead on the flop. Unlucky, our professional footballer will not be getting an extension to his contract. So I open ace-8 off in the +2 position. Our footballing friend there bumps up to £20 and our nemesis over there decides to make the call. Now, after the way he played the last hand, I don't think Ronald Weasley is going to be getting any calls from the Saint Scouts anytime soon. And now's a chance to stick the ball through his legs and nutmeg him once again. So I decide to raise to £80, putting some pressure on better hands. And sure enough, he quickly folds, as does our lovely nemesis over there from part 1.
Bastard! Bastard!
The ring! I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book! What a goof! What's with you, man? Come on! You know what? Here, let me give it back to you. Oh! Oh, look at that! You fell for that too! I can't believe it, man!
So a few hands later, I'm in middle position with King Jack off. I limp in. Mr. Weasley, our professional footballer there, raises it once again to £7 and there's a collar. And if he loses this hand, he is in real danger of getting sent to the bench.
I got you covered. Is this how you play? You call with King Jack? Which school have you been to?
Yeah, so we flick in the call, and it's not a favourable flop at all. It's a 997, and when he fires a bet of £15 after we check, I just don't think he's bluffing here, and I don't think we can get him off anything, so I just make the fold, and he's so happy with himself. It's like he's just done a long contract. Look at his little face, he's so pleased with himself. What's this? He shoots, he scores. Warning, do not approach this boy. If he flop strips, he will see bet.
That's how I make my living, making great laydowns.
You're a great player.
So in the next hand, we look down at ace of spades, three of spades in the big blind. The straddle is on. The small blind opens to £20. He's been quite active tonight. Played a few pots against him already. I make the call. We are heads up to a flop of Jack 9 to rainbow. So we have the backdoor straight and the backdoor flush. He bets £15. I decide to float. I put in the call. The turn comes an ace given as top pair. Ace of hearts, very disguised. It goes check, check. So now I'm putting him on hands like kings, queens, king jack perhaps. He's got some showdown possibly. When he checks it to me on the river, I decide to go larger than Kevin and Perry in Ibiza. That's right. I bet £55. And my opponent snap calls and then snap mucks, telling me later that he had kings. Which is quite ironic really, considering tonight I am the king of Southampton. So in the next hand, we're under the gun. We have king, queen of spades, and we raise to £6. Our nemesis on the button makes it £21. I put in the call, and we are heads up to a flop of king 7-2 with two clubs. I check. Opponent bets £18. I say opponent, he's nemesis, isn't he? Shouldn't call him opponent. He is the nemesis that cracked our aces in part one. So we got to get him back. I just play it slow. I just call on the flop. See a turn. The turn is the three of spades. It goes check, check. And on the river, I've got to go for value, especially when it's such a clean river. You shouldn't really have ace king here, I don't think. He would have bet the turn if he did. So yeah, the river is a 6, and I bet £75. Our opponent puts in the call and mucks. So we pick up another nice little pot here in this vlog in Southampton. And the evening's going well. It's going well, we can't complain. We're picking up hands, we're hitting flops, playing well, getting a feel for the table now.
A satisfying day at the office?
Yeah, I thought we played very well.
First half, particularly, it was a pretty even contest, did you not feel?
Not particularly, no.
So in the next hand, we are the under the gun straddle, £5 straddle, king clubs, 4 clubs. There is a open to £16 from +2. There's two collars. I put in the call. Sorry here, the footage was straight to a flop of queen 7-4. So we flop bottom pair. Now the big blind leads out for £22, which is strange. This usually signifies top pair or a flush draw. Obviously a call with bottom pair, hoping to get lucky on the turn. And what do you know? We get lucky on the turn. It's that king again. We turn two pair. The river comes the two of spades. And when it's checked to me, I don't think I've got any other option than to go big. So I do. I bet £70. He puts in the call. And guess what? I win. That's right. I win more chips than a stock car racer's windscreen. Absolute piles of them. Piles and piles and piles. And I am not complaining one bit. In fact, long may it continue, because we got ourselves a hole to get out of from part one, and we are slowly getting there. So the stage is set, the biggest pot of the night. We look down at ace of diamonds, jack of spades, and the straddle is on. I'm in the big blind. There's a raise to £15. There's two collars. I re-raise to £80, and it falls around to the cut-off, who is also our nemesis. He puts in the call. The flop is a magical ace jack jack. Goes check check. The turn is the queen. I've had to sped this up because it's such a long hand, but I bet £70, and our opponent calls, which is good news. It means he's got something. He's got some of that. No on the river. I don't want to see an ace, because otherwise it could be a chop. And I don't really want to see a queen, because I then suddenly lose to hands such as ace, queen, queen, jack, possibly even pocket queens. So yeah, he puts in the call, and it's a clean river. The river is a 5, and I don't really think I've got any other option here other than to jam, just to go all in. So I go in for the remainder of my stack, which is £225, into a pot of about 360. And it's been a terrific rivalry between me and him all night. Forget Cram and Ovett, forget Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, forget Ronaldo and Messi. It's Danny Dog versus Dave the Ladder. I call him Dave the Ladder because if he calls and I win this pot, I'm going to climb out the hole. So yeah, Dave the Ladder. Danny Dog versus Dave the Ladder. And the longer it takes him to call, the more I know that I'm good, which is a good feeling. But now I just don't want him to fold. I really don't want him to fold because I know he's got a hand. And he's obviously thinking about the bluffs that I've put in earlier as well. That's obviously weighing heavy on his mind. I have been bluffing a lot tonight. And it is very, very pleasing when he finally decides to put in the call. It's a good feeling because I just know I'm good. Like I say, this hand took 6-7 minutes because he was in the tank for so long. But yeah, he puts in the call and he shows that he has ace king, which is very surprising. That he didn't re-raise pre-flop against myself, but I'm not going to complain. We win the pot, we get out the hole. If you're watching, Dave the Ladder, thank you very, very much. I knew I'd get you back eventually. Winners don't quit, they just rebuy. So yeah, if you do want to see yourself beating me again, Dave the Ladder, then stay tuned for the next hand and you will get some chips back. But in the meantime, let's just enjoy this massive stack coming my way. So now that we're up chunks, we can just slow down and wait for premiums. From now on, lock it up. Or we could play hands like ace-8 off, which we decided to do. We're in middle position. I call a raise from Dave the Ladder, who is no longer my nemesis. He is now just Dave the Ladder. The flop is ace, queen, 5, all clubs, so we do flop top pair. He bets £10, I put in the call. The turn is the 4 of hearts, sorry about that, I was just struggling to read my notes. He bets £35, quite big. Good fold, good call, never raising. Yeah, I decided to call with top pair. I'm hoping to see a clean river. So yeah, put in the call on the turn, hoping to see a clean river. And the river is the 3 of hearts. And he bets £40. Strange bet. I guess it's the least I can do, right? Give you some back. Yeah, that's very good.
I'll leave it then. If you're going to be tricky like that, I won't even bother to, carry on. Shall we? Let's stop it here, shall we? I mean...
Right, so this next hand's a bit weird. I raised to £7. New player just sat down, makes the call. I got king, queen. Not a bad hand. King, queen. We flop top pair. He bets 10. He's not got much behind. He's only got like another 40 quid left. So I just put them all in. And he decides, looks at his cards, decides he wants to call. He's not going anywhere. He's stubborn. He flicks in the call. We decide to run it twice. And we end up chopping. So yes, have a look at this run out. It's pretty mental, really. Pretty mental.
And you folded to get a better hand.
But he said,
And I said if he
And the verdict
he
is...
does it again, he smacked my face.
and he can bring this security.
Time for the last hand of the evening. We have Queen of Hearts, Jack of Spades. Under the gun opens to 6. There's a call from the hijack. I call. The small blind raises to £25 and we all call. The flop is Jack of Hearts, 2 of Hearts, 2 of Spades. So we flop top pair, backdoor flush draw. The pre-flop raiser bets £50 and when it folds round to me, I decide to put in a call. He's not played many hands tonight and I figure if anyone's going to have an overpair or a set, it's him. However, I think with top pair we can't go anywhere, certainly not at this point. The turn is the 6 of Hearts, bringing in the flush draw for myself, the third nut flush draw. But when I check and he bets £200, I think he's just setting up the river jam, and we definitely cannot face a river jam regardless of whether a heart comes or not. Even if a jack comes, we don't know if we're good. It's a paired board, flush is there. We fold, we show the fold. We ask our opponent to show, and he very kindly shows the nut flush.
That's how I make my living, making great laydowns.
You're a great player.
Well, what a session that was. You know it's a profitable session when I do an outro at the end. Never want to do one when I lose. I mean I have done, but it's never nice. Yeah, so in for 800 in total and out for 851 for the £51 profit. But yeah, good game, enjoyable game, fun game. Just a bad start, but a decent end, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed watching the hands. There was quite a lot of them. We met a new nemesis tonight, so hopefully we'll meet again in the future. Don't forget, if you haven't already, like and subscribe and comment on how you think I played the hands. Love to hear your feedback, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. All the best, stay lucky.